an affordable flagship champ with flagship level 120 watt charging. This is my Xiaomi 11T Pro in-depth review. Welcome to the fall, guys. Another big Xiaomi release, and this was a big one, guys, with the Xiaomi Hyper News event that just ended. So many amazing devices and announcements here, and yes, we have two of these phone releases from this Hyper event to look at today. But now we're going to get started with the 11T Pro. But before we get started, let's have a look at the unboxing. Design at 8.8 millimeters, 204 grams, made of aluminum and Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, a little bit thicker than the Poco F3 here, folks, and the design reminds me a bit of the Poco F3 and the Mi 11 Ultra, with very small bezels top and bottom, and this brushed, almost aluminum look, coming in this dark gray, white, and the celestial blue version that is absolutely stunning. And there you see the Poco F3. Yes, similar kind of look to the camera and the design of this phone, but I will say there's enough here to give it its own distinct look. I do like the design of this Xiaomi 11T Pro. Talking about display, and we have the standard 6.67 inch 120Hz AMOLED display, but with 1000 nits of max brightness. And yes, we do have anti-flicker mode as well, running at 60Hz for this phone. Solid viewing angles on this 11T Pro. All in all, guys, no complaints about the display. It's a great upgrade from the Mi 10T Pro from last year. Definitely a plus. And in DRM Info, L1 security level for wideband CDM on this Xiaomi 11T Pro. So full HD Netflix support, and you will have really nice, solid viewing content capabilities on this phone. Yes, the punch hole's there, but not a problem for me. It's an L1 party on Frankie Tech. Talking about performance, and this is the big one, Snapdragon 888 finally on the T series with 8 or 12 gigs of DDR5 and 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage, a 5nm process on this 11T Pro, and performance has been without issues, guys, even running at maximum settings here on Genshin Impact with vapor cooling technology. I had no issues whatsoever gaming with this phone. It does the job, and it does it beautifully. No stutters whatsoever. Can't say the same for some of the other devices I've tested, but on this 11T Pro, you're in good shape. And talking about software, we have MIUI 12.5 with the option to be enhanced to the 12.5 Enhanced Edition in the future. Android 11 on board. Software has been excellent on this phone. No stutters whatsoever. I've enjoyed the software experience of this Xiaomi 11T Pro. And battery, we have a 5,000 milliampere capacity with the star of the show here, guys, probably for the whole phone, 120 watt fast charge. This is the real deal, even though the phone lasts a day and a half. Imagine this, for you to plug this thing in and to go from almost dead, around 2 or 3% in my experience, to 100% in just over 20 minutes. That is exactly what my experience was. Yes, I would have loved to go under 20 minutes, but 2032 is still a terrific score for a phone in this price point. We finally see 120 watts at this price point. Incredible. And the fingerprint scanner, pretty traditional at this point. Arc side capacitive sensor we've seen on a lot of Xiaomi's devices, like the Poco F3. Super fast, super responsive, no issues here whatsoever. And the vibration motor, good news guys, it is flagship level, similar to the Xiaomi Mi 11, maybe not to the level of the 11 Ultra, but you have various haptic feedback levels, and I would say it is one of the highlights of typing and using this phone day to day. Comms, and we have the latest comms on this device, including Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, and get this, dual SIM 5G. And in my 5G tests with this Xiaomi 11T Pro, it didn't do the best of the phones I tested, but still 100 Mbps download and 40 upload. That's pretty solid for my room. And here we see the audio speaker test, dual stereo speakers, sound by Harman Kardon on this phone. Let's point the mic forward and have a listen. What can I say? An 8 out of 10 in terms of the audio experience. Not the best I've heard, but a solid one nonetheless. And talking about the main camera here, we have the 108 megapixel f1.75 with 8K recording in HDR10 Plus and additional cameras of 8 megapixel ultra wide and the 5 megapixel macro camera. Now, in my testing, the shutter speed on this phone is solid and the camera app is pretty much the same with more cinemagic and other cinema features, but I will tell you day to day the camera has been solid. But have a look at these samples and hit me up in the comments. What do you think? This is rear-facing video on the Xiaomi 11T Pro, shooting in 4K 30 FPS. Very stable, very smooth. Looks to me extremely warm day here in Hong Kong. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, and hit me up in the comments. What do you think? And this is front-facing video on the Xiaomi 11T Pro, shooting in 1080p 30 FPS, 1080p 60 maxed out here, no 4K yet on a front camera on a Xiaomi device. Let's get to this Xiaomi, let's do this. But listen to the mics, hear how they sound, and hit me up in the comments, what do you think? So that's it for this video and my final verdict on the Xiaomi 11T Pro. Xiaomi have done it again, delivering a really solid, affordable flagship phone to the market. It's not really that much of a revolution here, a little bit of an iterative upgrade, but with solid gaming, Snapdragon 888 performance, and this star of the show here, 120 watt charging at this price point. I gotta say, you know, it's a solid, albeit rehashed release, but this charging at this price point is a major win for affordable flagships. The rest of the phone is solid as well. Definitely a great release here from Xiaomi. But hit me up in the comments. What do you think of the Xiaomi Mi 11T Pro? Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching, guys, and go check out my 11 Lite 5G NE review in case you haven't seen it. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.